All right, so in this video, we're going to be focusing on what the benefits are of having business credit as well as just credit in general, right? So one of the biggest things about credit is being able to use it to just scale your businesses.
So a lot of businesses suffer major obstacles as far as funding to kickstart their businesses. So credit is a part where that can definitely help out in the aspects of getting them funded properly so they can kickstart their businesses.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And one issue that I even had myself is when I was starting my online businesses, I began to have a lot of cash flow issues. So one good thing was I was able to leverage my credit cards to be able to just make payments when I was purchasing things online, as well as being able to use those credit cards to fund things like advertising. So those were expenses that I knew that using the advertising, and then you know that you're going to have revenue coming in and you're able to use that revenue to cover the advertising that you use. So it's really something where it was able to give me the cash flow I needed to grow my business.
Definitely with business credit, it's more important because you get typically we see higher limits with business credit, and that allows you to cover up for the cash flow issues that people typically have with businesses.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And I think one of the other big things that a lot of people don't talk about much is you no longer have that fear of what I call losing it all, right? So I think a big thing is, whenever you're using a consumer credit card or like a personal credit card, there's an issue that if you max it out, you're the one who has to pay it back, right? So the great thing with business credit, once you're able to start getting credit cards in the name of your business or even loans in the name of your business, if there's ever an issue where your business no longer is performing as good as it was before. One thing that I'm really happy about is that here, especially in the US, that we are able to do things like, for example, bankruptcy, which bankruptcy, what it really is it's something that helps you to not feel like you're ever going to lose courage whenever you're running a business because you're able to just wipe everything clean and start over if you need to in a situation like that. So with business credit, it really helps you because you can leverage the credit to be able to grow a business. And if that situation ever comes, hopefully we don't want it to happen, but if you ever have a situation like that, then you're able to just get rid of that company as well as the credit that you had and start over.
Essentially, it's like hitting the reset button, right, Tommy?
Right.
When you hit that reset button, then you can go over and start another LLC and then go ahead and build credit on that and use that to kickstart another business, right? So you can basically wipe everything clean and then go on to the next phase of your life.
That's exactly it. And then one good thing too about the using those credit cards was the reward points. I was honestly just looking for the cash flow, but it was a benefit that came that I realized was I was able to generate a lot of rewards points running all my advertising through that card, all my purchases, the company purchases that I had to do. And I saw that I was starting to have enough points to get things like, for example, maybe free hotels or free flights, little things like that.
And those are things on the back end. So once your business is generating cash flow, then on the back end, you're also making money by being able to travel for free and then getting cashback rewards and supplementing that for, having to pay for hotels or anything else in that nature.
Yeah, so I think it really comes out to just being a win-win, right? Because you're able to leverage what you're already doing, right? You're going to have to spend that money anyways. I had to spend that money on advertising. I had to spend that money on making company purchases. But now I'm just diverting all that to a credit card. And now it's making it a situation where I'm able to just have the rewards points on top of that, right? So it's just extra savings that I'm getting because now I'm able to, if I need to take a flight to go on a business meeting, I can take that flight and know that it's going to be covered for free because of the rewards points. So if I need a hotel, I can get that hotel because of the rewards points.
And definitely, a lot of people make the biggest mistake of using their businesses and scaling it on debit cards, right? So they're basically at that point throwing away money, right? So that's the money they've generated from their businesses and they're just throwing it right away, all right? So when you use credit cards, it protects you with different things, right? It protects you with things like, let's say you bought a table for your business essentially, right? And then it gets stolen on your front step. You can call the back office and get that covered or get that item actually replaced, right? Essentially, if you use a debit card, you don't get those perks.
Yeah, you won't have those kind of protections. And one thing too that last note that I want to make is for those people who are still not too sure about business credit, I actually saw this interesting thing online about Walmart and how Walmart buys everything on credit. And it's even being said that if Walmart had to buy everything with cash, they would go bankrupt because everything that you see, for example, in a Walmart store is typically bought on credit. What they're doing is they find a vendor. So for example, let's say most of you guys have seen Dove soap, right? There's Dove soap at Walmart. What they do is they go to Dove and they say, Dove, give us 10,000 units of your soap and we will pay you in 90 days, right? The reason why they do that is because what they're going to do is they're getting that soap on credit and they're going to get that soap, sell it to you, who's going to come to Walmart and purchase it. Right. And they're going to take their cut and they're going to pay Dove for the soap. So that's pretty much, credit's being used everywhere. It's being used in different fashions, but it's something that now we as small business owners can leverage.
Definitely. And people remember America was actually built on credit. So it just makes sense for us to, even for your small businesses, to use credit to kickstart your businesses.
Yep. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope that it was at least a little enlightening and you were able to learn something about business credit. If it's something that you were thinking about, maybe this is going to be giving you a little more information to decide what path you should take. If you found it informative, make sure you hit that like button and throw something down in the comments to let us know if we're on track to what you guys want to be hearing from us. If you have other questions, make sure you throw it down there. We'll be trying to answer questions in the comments to make sure that everything's clarified. And also, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have it, especially if you want to learn more about credit in general and finance as well. We'll see you in the next one. My trip is better than yours.